The slowest speed tack in the entire world.
On 1.2 knots.
Somebody mind those winches. Welcome back to another episode of Sailing svSomeday. Thank you for joining us. Special shout out to our new subscribers. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Glad to have you on board. It is a holiday here, and so we were able to have 2 full days of sailing, which is fantastic. The weather's been beautiful. The wind has agreed with us, and so yeah, we've had some great sailing. Some of the best yet, I would say. How about you? Yeah. So we learned a few things this time around. We learned that when you're backing your boat up, don't just look over your shoulder and try to drive backwards like that. Instead, you should get up, walk around the helm, and face the back of the boat. It'll be a heck of a lot easier that way. I think that's the trick to backing up. Get up, go around the helm. That's why you see other people do it, or I saw other people do it, and I was like, why are they doing that? Well, now I know, because it's too hard the other way. We also learned that on a Catalina 30 with a tall rig at around 12 knots of wind on a beam reach, that is the point where you're getting pretty close to having your rudder overpowered, which makes the boat go towards the wind. That happened to us yesterday. We were on a beam reach, cruising along really fine. A gust of wind came by, and we were trying to bear off the wind to go downwind a little bit. Boat said no. Boat wanted to go the other way, so we ended up, just kind of going this way and letting the boat do what it needed to do. We didn't round up. We just got to about 30 degrees off the wind, and it figured out what it wanted to do, so it was pretty exciting. We also learned out about our Catalina that sailing along at about 6.5 knots on a 20-degree heel is a really good time. Last year at this time, we wouldn't have thought that. Last year at this time, we didn't own this boat.
Right.
Well, last year, the minimal amount of sailing experience we had, we would have been terrified have that happen. So now we like it. That's probably the preferred. I mean, if you go fast, it's fun, it's exciting, and I think that's probably part of what sailing is all about. So we're sailing again. Yay!
Yay!
It's a perfect day for it. Average wind speed around 10 knots, gusts to close to 15. Generally more like 8 to 10. So we're cruising along at 5.2 knots. The only problem today is that it's a holiday weekend, and I can see probably 10 boats in any direction that I look, maybe 15. I counted real quick while ago, and it was like 40 boats if I did a 360-degree count. But most of them are powerboats, so even though they don't do what they're supposed to do, they zip on around us and get out of the way as best they can. Congratulations, how do you feel?
Excited.
Why?
For sailing.
Yeah? In a circle?
In a circle. Or a zigzag, back and forth.
So what's your favorite part of sailing today?
Letting you sail.
Why is that?
Because it's more comfortable if I'm not behind the helm.
Why is that?
It's less stressful for me over there.
Oh.
It's easy for me to manage the lines.
Is that right? Well, good.
You would think steering would be easier. But that means you're captain. You have to know all the answers.
You do have to know all the answers. You're in charge of the safety of your crew at that point, which is just me. And sometimes I gotta eat lunch. What did you have for lunch?
Lunchable, ham and cheese, and chocolate chip cookies.
I had a Lunchables pizza It was great. And I'm really hungry, and I know this is crap, but I can eat it in just a couple minutes kind of way.
So we're going 5.1 knots.
Yeah, how much wind?
9.2 knots.
Yeah. That's more than half, right? We're collectively going more than half the speed.
Also, while we were out here this weekend, we were able to complete a couple of projects off our to-do list.
We got the Traveler installed, we got the block installed, and it makes moving the Traveler a dream now. You can do it with one hand, you can do it with one finger if you tried really hard.
Super nice.
Yeah, so moving it back and forth, super easy now.
So we're currently on a beam reach, and we've got about 5.2 knots of wind. So I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to move the Traveler now that it's installed.
Like butter.
Easy peasy.
You can almost do it with one hand.
Yep.
So we are going to return to the marina and spend the rest of the daylight hours installing our reefing rigging, and then hopefully tomorrow we can put it to the test. So we just got back from our successful day of sailing, and this is all the crap that's laying everywhere because we were heeled over so far. The lesson learned here is to secure everything before you go out for the day. We didn't do that. Next time we will. So we got the pieces to fix our reefing rigging, and we're gonna do that right now. Hopefully we have enough daylight left. So the first step is to take these old cheek blocks off the track. We only have one reefing point, so we only need one anyway. So we're gonna take both of them off, just, you know, less noise. And we're gonna replace this one with a brand new shiny one.
You can see here we got the sail up and we've got our reefing lines installed. You can see that it goes, it starts on the port side, then goes up and then down the starboard side, across, and then up and down, and then we have it run to the cockpit for easy reefing for Darla.
We got our reefing installed and we got the line run, so the only thing left to do now is test it. So step one is turn the engine on. Step two, turn the boat directly into the wind. The next step is to release the clutch that we have our reefing line through. The next step is to release the main down to a mark that we already made so that we know exactly where the reefing point is at. Then the next step would be to tighten the reefing line. And the last step is to retension the main. The main halyard, not the main sheet. And that's it. The reefing line holds the clew of the sail down on the boom. Probably could have tightened that a little bit more. And the tack is held down there.
So we finished the reefing.
We practiced a little bit of reefing this morning. We looked kind of dumb doing it because we didn't have our Genoa out and there was maybe 1 knot of wind, but we figured that's a good time to practice when there's, you know, before you have to do it.
Got it fixed, it's working great.
Works like a champ. So there's really not much wind here, So we've been sailing without our Genoa to set up our reefing and everything. So I think the plan for the rest of the day is to bust the Genoa out and see how much speed we can get out of 3.2 knots of wind. Occasionally there's a gust of 10, but we see them in the distance, but by the time we get there, they're gone. So we're gonna chase wind. And if that doesn't work, we'll just go back to the dock and have sundowner, so. We got a couple of projects taken care of. The two important ones. We still have plenty of things on the list to do. 100 things to do on the list. We've got our holding tank monitoring equipment ordered, so that's probably going to be the next priority. Anyway, we just wanted to say attacking. Hang on. We're going with the slowest speed. The slowest speed tack in the entire world.
On 1.2 knots.
Somebody mind those winches. And we have tagged. Wait for it. Wait for it. We tagged. Great.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! So thanks for joining us for another episode. We appreciate it so much. Shout out again to our new subscribers. Hello. Howdy.
Yes.
I'm Steve.
I'm Darla.
Thank you. Thank you for subscribing.
Yeah, it really helps us out. The more people that subscribe and the more people that give us a thumbs up will help promote our channel.
Yep.
So thank you.
Thank you so much. Anyway, thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
See you.